kicked, I got these haters mad. Yeah, money on my mind, I'm trying to get it. Yeah, drop 300 on the whip. Yeah, I just spent the dub on my. Yeah, I just spent like 80 on the chain. Yeah.
You play it in your system every.
It's time for some hoops. And a conference rivalry renewed tonight. This one could get a little chippy, Chris.
Games like this always have a little bit of extra meaning on both sides, especially for the fans. You can see that look of intensity in their eyes.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Paul in at the 1. Outside Conley. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Yeah, former 4th overall draft pick. Conley took a while to develop physically, but the mental parts have always been there.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there, you can flat out light it up.
Gasol is doubled. Back to Conley. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down.
And Evans there showing the ability to elevate. When you let him get near the bucket, he has the ability to hurt your feelings.
Now here's Anderson. Anderson the screen. Harden the pass to Ariza. Paul for 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
Conley dishes to Gasol. Back to Conley. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Conley kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Capella. Goes back up. And Gasol lays it in. Gasol's got his first points of the night.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Anderson's shot is off. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Jacks up a 3. And it's Evans missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Capella with a screen on Conley. Here's Paul. Kicks it out to Harden. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Second chance shot. Here's Ariza. No good. And Memphis the other way now. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
You know what? It's a fine line between attacking but yet staying under control. And they did, and that's why they shot such a high percentage.
Well, they worked through their plays until they found some decent looks, and then they did a great job finishing.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. In the third spot, Clint Capella.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Here's Gasol. Got it from 16 feet. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Paul. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Ariza passes to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Over McLemore. Harden can't hit. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Well, the Rockets, Chris, aren't known for their defense, but it probably gets a worse rap than it should. They allow a lot of points, but it's mostly due to their pace of play.
And part of that is just a viewpoint from the past few years. I mean, Harden says he's recommitted himself to the defensive end, which has helped set the tone. Defense does just enough to let their offense win games.
That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And although the D was solid, Harden beats them with better offense. I mean, good D, better O. When he's right near the cup, he's extremely efficient.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Ryan Anderson has such an... He plants his feet so well and has a reliable motion.
And with Anderson, you talk about how quick his shot can come off, how quickly he gets that baby away. Chris, he really can open things up as a forward who needs a man close to him at all times.
What makes Anderson such a great deep ball threat is his height along with the release that he has, because his release is so high.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Bahamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Al Paul following the miss by Chandler Parsons from deep. There's the three, and there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Paul.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Harrison kicks to Daniels. Martin against Mbahumute. In the corner, Daniels. Here's the teardrop, and it's blocked by Gordon. Back to Paul. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Misses the layup.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
Punch, counter punch. Neither club's been able to sustain an advantage.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. Grizzlies making the shot. Gordon dishes to Tucker. Paul, right side, got a piece of it, but he recovers it. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's Harrison. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Wright sets a screen. Daniels. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
That's a great way to finish off the quarter. Knocking down a look like that is a big confidence builder heading into the locker room.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies out in front, up 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. What stands out to you? And the Grizzlies leading by 4. So on the floor for Houston. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Luke Mbahumute out there with Nene. And it's Tucker in at the 3 spot. Hits the front of the rim and out. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. From the low block, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Tucker's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Rockets. And the Grizzlies shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Parsons on the wing, guarded by Tucker. Memphis moving that ball around. Shot clock at 6. Feeds it to Daniels. Floats one. Reverses. It's tipped. Back to Paul. Screen by Bahamute. Shot, high post. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And Ba'amute has got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Passes it to Harrison. Wright sets a screen. Parsons for three. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, just a brick wall of a screen. Knocks the defender out of the play.
And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the ring. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Harrison passes to Parsons. Now the dish to Martin. Wright sets a screen. Here's Parsons. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Mba'amute. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul. Capella with it, picked up by Davis. Another miss by Houston. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Or selfishness. I mean, this is what happens when you don't make the extra pass. Your field goal percentage can go south.
Here's Evans, and he goes big with the dunk right over Ryan Anderson.
I mean, look at those big mitts of Ariza. I mean, they just can't be forgotten. Using them to paw away the ball and create chances for his team.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. And it's Capella missing.
Even that close to the bucket, that's a very tough finish in that kind of traffic.
Gasol setting the pick for Conley. And McLemore kicks to Davis. Evans outside. Davis sets a screen. From deep, McLemore. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time. That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible. Well, James Harden has always acted as the initiating guard in any offense he's been in. But last year, he just took it to a new level. Coach D'Antoni, Harden was running the offense. He ended up with double-digit assist numbers for the season.
Ariza outside. In the corner, Harden. Capella kicks to Ariza. Evans with the steal. A step back shot here. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And it's a 9-point Grizzly lead. And those assist numbers for Harden, a career high by a mile. Crazy to think a player who came in from Arizona State was viewed as a spot shooter is now a double-digit assist guy.
You know, people always debate whether or not Harden is a point guard or a shooting guard, but honestly, who cares? He just has game. His role in the offense is that of getting buckets or setting up teammates. I mean, to assign a label to him, for what? He has game.
Gordon dishes to Ariza. Harden left side. He tries for three, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 6 points on the bucket from Ariza.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
Evans inside. Ariza covering. Gordon against Conley. Evans passes to Gasol. Shoots over Capella. The rebound by Anderson.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Got that one up quick. Now just a 3-point Grizzly lead.
Gordon is a tough shot maker. He has the ability to drain difficult ones. Only so much you can do defensively against him.
And here's McLemore. We saw him with 10 points last game. There's the pick. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And here's Conley outside. That shot, no good. And so it's a close game as we wrap.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome back,
Show.
everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead and now lead by. And that wraps up half.
Welcome back, folks. Pleased to have you with us tonight again here at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Some big men in the league who are just superb at swatting away balls. Guys that you think right now are the best rim protectors, Chris, in the league.
Well, I think there's 3, and it's a no-brainer with these 3. I think one of the most intimidating, or the most intimidating, you have to go to DeAndre Jordan. He is the most athletic big man I've ever seen in my time in playing basketball. And with his length and his size, he can get up and block a shot quick. He can even get out there and guard some guards. We've seen him move laterally. Hassan Whiteside, this big fella has really improved his game, is really focused, gotten better in the offseason, and it's not something crazy to see him have a 10-block game. So I love seeing him. And then Rudy Gobert, we've seen him come on and become that inside dominant force for the Utah Jazz. So those 3 to me, really don't have one that stands out, but those 3 to me are the best on the defensive end when we're talking about big man defenders.
Evans out there with Davis, and it's Marc Gasol. Then it's Ben McLemore, and it's Conley in at the guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Harden kicks to Anderson. Back to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Anderson. Over Davis. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
Just superb defense there. You can tell they definitely affected the release of that shot.
The shot by Evans. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And now it's an 8-point Grizzly lead. Here's Harden, guarded by McLemore. It's Harden with the drive. Kicks it out to Ariza. Off target from 3-point range.
3rd straight miss to start the half, but it's still early. No need to panic.
Right side Gasol. A baseline J. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds in this game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Chris Paul. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Conley kicks to Gasol. Pass to Evans. Back to Gasol. And stolen by Ariza. And it's Houston on the break. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Oh, Harden is so good at finishing these and ones. I mean, he is just a thorn in the D side.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for Davis. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Bahamute comes in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. Back to Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. Clock at 6. Now here's McLemore. He's guarded closely. The shot that time not on target. Rockets trail by 3.
Well, the Rockets have a pretty simple game plan. Put up a ton of threes and get as many deep threats on the floor as you can.
And Tucker kicks to Mbamute. Here's Paul, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, I mean, the career Paul has had just in terms of being a great point guard. There really are no words left to describe.
And often we can exaggerate about how much a team hoists up the threes, but it isn't an exaggeration with the Rockets. They do it at a record pace.
Oh, yeah, at times last season, almost half of their shots were from 3. By far the most 3-point attempts in the league. I mean, you look at their offensive numbers, and clearly it was the right approach for them.
Cutting the screen. Here's Daniels. And again, Memphis no good. Houston's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. For the lead, Harden dishes to Mba Amute. Harden left side. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Wright sets a screen. Harrison kicks to Wright. Parsons against the nail. Tips it. It's good on the putback. Wright's got his first basket of the night. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
Harrison passes to Daniels. A floater, and the rejection by Harden. The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls. Well, Chris, the NBA game is a game of superstition. And even if you aren't superstitious, you still get into the habit of a routine. So what was your pregame routine that you had during your career? Something that was there every night with you before a game?
Well, about superstitions, Kev, I have one superstition, and it might sound weird, but it was to not have a superstition. So I'm a guy that can get caught up in routine and things like that. So if I played a great game and I had something to eat, I wouldn't eat the same thing on purpose because I didn't want the superstition to control me. I wanted if for some reason I couldn't have the food, if for some reason I got to the game late, I never wanted that to be in my head. And so my thing was, since early in high school, I tried not to have a superstition. But in saying that, you do have a routine. And my routine as I got older was, before I get to the arena, I'd read the notes of the game and all that good stuff, and I'd just sit in the hot tub with my headphones on. I figured that was the best way to get warm at an older age, and that's really the only thing I can remember relying on before a game, and that was in my older years.
Good story. Good story.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Parsons outside. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Gasol, a screen on Harden. Here's Harrison. It's good from long range. Harrison's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Memphis out in front, up 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Houston's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston, Anderson is down low with Capella. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the small forward position. Harrison kicks to Gasol. Now the pass to Harrison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 19-foot shot off the left rim and out. Rockets trail. Outside Gordon. And here's Harden for 3. They get it again. And stolen by Parsons. And they're moving it up. Daniels dishes to Gasol. And 2 free throws. Coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Clint Capella.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Davis is checked in for Wright. Then McLemore comes in for Troy Daniels. And it's Conley in for Andrew Harrison. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
That one drops. He ties it up. And Marcus All becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin. And he'll keep the D honest with his three-point shooting. And when Conley's got that shot falling, it makes him much more effective as an all-around point guard.
And it's Ariza in the corner. Outside Gordon. Houston moving it around. Capella goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Gordon against Conley. Gasol kicks to Parsons. Back to Gasol. Shoots over Capella. Almost, but it rolls out.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Harden. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Parsons up top. Ariza covering. Parsons passes to Conley. McLemore dishes to Davis. Gasol setting the pick for McLemore. Takes it from 10. The shot comes out. Good work defensively by Capella. It's Ariza on the wing. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Gasol, that's a two-pointer. And too long on the shot.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Kicks it out to Harden. Over McLemore. Harden missing again. Memphis trailing here. Puts one up from 19. Parsons' shot is off. Anderson outside. Down low. Capella kicks to Anderson. Pass to Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And when he's healthy, Gordon is extremely effective. An incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Memphis. And a switch here also for Houston. Paul's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Grizzlies have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Evans. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Rockets leading by 3. Left side, Gordon. Gasol with the steal. 11 feet away. Anderson with the block. And yes, it's good. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Kicks it out to Harden. And the 3 off target.
You can't fault him for taking the 3. When he's that wide open, you can't pass that shot up.
Finally, the pass to Evans. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting a hand in there and knocking it out.
Well, some of that, too, is just setting the tone by being aggressive. You need guys like this on your team.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Rockets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
And he ends up making the second.
And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
McLemore with the ball. Davis sets a screen. Evans outside. From deep. And again, Memphis no good. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Conley against Paul. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Anderson dishes to Capella. Just 5 to shoot. Anderson kicks to Paul. No good from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're down by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. I mean, a good argument can be made for either case.
Stolen by Anderson. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're trailing by 4. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Well, do you go with your rhythm? You have to decide, do you run something new, something that's been working, something they haven't seen?
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
I love and admire Anderson's consistency. A terrific stretch 4, a real matchup problem for many teams. Well, they can breathe easy now thanks to those free throws. They won't have to sweat this one out.
Now here's McLemore outside. So Houston wins it. A narrow win under difficult. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
But I'm trying to be great. 다시 말해줄게 너와 내 difference. 넌 준비 안 됐고 맨날 죽는 소리 해. But I'm ready to die for this game. No you don't. No you don't. 내가 누군지 내가 무슨